guys, we're back at it again. Today we'll be showing you how to paint, and we'll be using different brands such as this, and many others. And we'll be painting this.
All right, well, I think I can just turn my YouTube channel over to Ohene. 7 years old, I think he can do exactly what I do. So usually you're used to seeing my 5-year-old, but today I turned my YouTube channel over to Ohene, so he's an aspiring YouTuber. We're getting him broken in. Okay, so as Ohene mentioned, we are actually testing out 6 brands of paint. People ask me all the time, well, Serena, what brand of paint should I use? He doesn't care about painting, but I know that you do. And so today we're gonna cover 6 brands of paint, 6 that are kind of popular, that I've used and I really like, and I'm gonna show you on this old vintage cabinet. We're not gonna do any sanding, we're not gonna do any priming. I'm gonna show you how each of them look. And we're gonna get started with a paint. It's a brand new paint that I've been using. It's called Black Dog Salvage. I've been calling it Black Dog Savage, and it's not Black Dog Savage, it's Black Dog Salvage. So let's start with the most beautiful color. Roanoke Rain. Furniture. Before you paint furniture, you have to clean it. And in fact, I just got this email today from someone who said, how do what do you do to prepare it? So I always recommend simple green. This is what's really recommended because I'm not gonna lie, there have been times I've painted furniture and I just painted over the dirt, which is not good. So if you paint over dirt, guess what? The paint's not gonna stick. So what we're gonna do is just pour a little bit of paint on here, a little bit of paint, a little bit of cleaner, and we're just gonna wipe it down. Now, we're not gonna paint this whole cabinet, guys, because honestly, I don't want to paint this whole cabinet. We don't have time tonight to paint this whole cabinet, but we'll paint the parts where we're gonna do a demonstration. So anytime you're cleaning things, if you're painting wood, plastic, metal, masonry, you don't have to sand it or prime it. If it's in good condition, just take some of the simple green, wipe it down, and then you're good to go. Now, if you do have some surface imperfections, you will have to sand or prime, possibly sand or prime, but we'll cover that in another video. But for now, let's just say that whatever you're painting does not have, any surface imperfections, and you're just gonna paint over it. All right, so we got a whole bunch of kids out here today, and you know what? I'm not even gonna edit them out of the video. Okay, so as I mentioned, we've cleaned the cabinet, and now we're gonna test out Black Dog Salvage. This paint, guys, is amazing. I just happened to find it at my local woodcraft store, and it's amazing. And I'm just gonna show you how it goes on. I'm gonna use a paintbrush, and
this paint is colorful.
Yeah, that one's really colorful. We'll do that too. We're gonna test all these colors. People usually ask me about what brush they should use. Well, here's the thing. You have to use a quality brush, because if you use a crappy brush, guess what? You're gonna get crappy results. Now, there are some brands of paint, which we'll talk about Beyond Paint in just a minute. You've seen my videos on Beyond Paint, but most times you can just get away with a paintbrush. I like using the Purdy brushes because they have a nice little angle, and when you put paint on them, they get nice and smooth, like a nice smooth line, so you can do some really small detail stuff, and you can cut in. You don't have to use painter's tape. Why are you banging on there? So I've used this brand of paint a couple of times. What I really like about it is that it's very smooth. And a lot of paints, a lot of furniture paints will require you to do 2 coats. But this is a brand of paint, guys, honestly, that I have used, and I feel that I could put 1 coat and feel like I could walk away. Most brands of furniture paint, you're gonna have to put 2 coats. But you can see that this is just a nice, beautiful color. So as you can see, it's a nice, smooth paint, and it even says on the container that it's 1 coat coverage. Well, I think I could paint everything in my house this color. All right, now let's switch the color so you can see another color of the Black Dog Salvage. Okay, so this other color we're using is called Go Green, and I absolutely love this color too. And even with this color, you can see how rich it is. What, sweetheart?
Did you know my favorite colors are blue and green?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I like those colors too. My favorite color is what?
Red?
No.
Pink.
No.
Pink and purple.
No.
Black.
Come on, you know I love turquoise.
Oh,
dude, come on.
I can't think of it.
No, yesterday he called it darkoise. Darkoise.
Are you still recording? Are you?
Yes.
Are you gonna edit?
Listen. Don't ask that question, because then you just ruined it if I was gonna use it. Okay, so 1/2 of this I'm gonna paint with the Black Dog Salvage, and then I'm gonna switch to another brand of paint so you can see the difference. Hopefully you guys are able to see this pretty good. I'm losing light here. Okay, so another paint we're going to test out is Annie Sloan chalk paint. Now this is one of the paints that is super, super well known, really pretty much all over the world, because a lot of bloggers adopted it. And I've been using it myself for, this is what, Henrietta. I've been using it myself for a lot of projects, but since discovering some other brands of paint, I don't use it as much. And one thing that you'll be able to notice that you notice is a little bit more runny than the Black Dog Salvage. So I do like that the Black Dog Salvage is thicker and has a little bit more coverage. Now I don't think I stirred this up the way I did the other one, so let me stir this up so that I can do an even comparison. So make sure that you stir it up really good. There is another brand of paint, Amy Howard, who actually recommends that you should turn it upside down and let it sit that way for, I don't know, maybe a couple hours before you use it. That's probably a good idea because all those pigments will get mixed in and you'll get better results. Okay, so now that I've stirred it up, you can still see it's a little runnier than the Black Dog Salvage. So let's put it on the cabinet and see how it looks. All right, so we're gonna put it on here. And right away you can actually tell the difference in this paint. Hopefully you can tell. I can tell. This is just much more runny, more watery. It's not running, but it is just a lighter coat. And it's just not as thick of a coverage. So this is pretty much going to require me to do 2 coats. And I know from my experience in using chalk paint, Annie Sloan chalk paint, is that I have very well had to do 2 coats no matter what. And that's pretty much been the industry standard, is that you're gonna have to do 2 coats. You can see here I've got some runs. Don't hate me, I'm not perfect. And but you can see with the Black Dog Salvage, it's just a really good quality coverage paint. Annie Sloan is good too. I don't know if you can tell from this video, but I can tell that the Black Dog Salvage is just really, you know, just like a really hardy coverage. And that was with 1 coat. And I know how Annie Sloan is. I know for all the projects that I've used it on, it's going to require 2 coats. And that, like I said, that's pretty much the standard with most furniture paints. You're going to have to put 2 coats. And so, you know, a lot of the times they tell you, oh, no sanding, no priming. But considering that you're going to be putting 2 coats, it's almost like you are priming. That first coat is like a primer. But you know, Black Dog Salvage can tell you 1 coat and it looks really, really good. I am quickly losing light. I may have to finish my demonstration downstairs in the basement because it's getting dark. And yeah, dark and videos don't work. All right, so let's see if we can get one more. All right, so another brand of paint that you have seen me use many times around the blog is Beyond Paint. This is a paint company that I work with. They sponsor a lot of my furniture paint videos. So of course I love them because I wouldn't use them if I didn't. They usually recommend using, oh, I need a paintbrush. They usually recommend using a roller because it helps to eliminate the brush marks, the brush strokes. So, you know, with this paint, it is not a calcium carbonate. I'm going to use a paintbrush for now, but it's not a calcium carbonate chalky paint. This is more of, I guess you would call it just like a regular latex paint, but it really, really works. And, you know, a lot of times when I'm trying to get, I'm going to use a paintbrush, I probably shouldn't do this. A lot of times when I am trying to get projects done really, really fast, I will turn to the Beyond Paint because it's one of those paints where if you've never had any experience with furniture painting, if you're trying to get it done fast, like I'm trying to do right now, this is the paint to use. And I'll put down in the description a lot of the projects, links to all the projects that I've used Beyond Paint with, and that way you can kind of check it out. But let's just do a little demonstration here. And the thing about Beyond Paint is, you know, and really with all of these paints, you can't just go to Home Depot for the most part and get them. The only one you can get at Home Depot is Americana Decor. They have these, they don't have a big selection. These are a little bit cheaper. These are $8, I think. But, you know, considering that if you buy a big pint, or not a pint, if you buy a big quart, you are going to be paying for most of these paints about $40 to $50, which is a lot of money. All right, so this is actually a demonstration with the Beyond Paint, and I'll show you why with Beyond Paint you don't want to use a paintbrush, because it will leave these brush strokes that you don't like, that you don't want. And you know, generally that's why they recommend using a roller. And I'll put some footage in here in this video of me actually using a roller. I just don't have a roller today, so we're not going to use it. But you'll be able to see here why you should use the roller with the Beyond Paint. Now, if you are smushing it into little cracks and crevices, that's when you would put it in there. This is one of my favorite brands. Again, when you want that quick, easy, gotta get it done fast, don't want to spend all day painting. So I love that. Typically with Beyond Paint, if you are looking to distress furniture, you're looking to, you know, layer colors, this isn't the paint to do it. So you would want to use this for just straight coverage, you know, 1-2 coats and you're done kind of coverage. But some of these other paints, you can layer them and get, you know, different effects. Okay, so let's look at Pebble Beach. This is actually country chic paint. I've used a couple of them. I like them. So I am quickly running out of daylight here, guys. So we're gonna have to wrap this up quickly. But so I probably won't get to do a demonstration with all of these 6 paints. But here's what I will tell you. People ask me all the time, so Serena, what brand of paint should I use? I just don't know. There are so many different brands of paint. I couldn't even possibly begin to review all of them because, you know, in the last number of years, painted furniture has become really, really hot. People love painted furniture. And when you love painted furniture, you know, brands start to notice, and there are paints that are being developed all the time. So here's what I tell people. Try different paints. Just try them, because I guarantee there will be one that you find where you're like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. And it's not a matter of, you know, there is one best paint to use for every single project.
Huh? That's nice.
What do you mean this is nice? This is actually just a test.
I'm not gonna...
You know I'm filming? Why don't you come over here and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Bob.
No, stop.
Why don't you use it? Hey,
I don't have paint on my hands. No, come over here. Come over here.
No.
All right, well, that's baby number 1.
No, I'm not a baby. I'm a man.
You're not a man. You haven't even hit puberty yet. Do I need to tell the world that? All right, guys, well, I will talk to you tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be posting tomorrow, but I will be talking to you tomorrow. And until that time, you guys keep watching the videos. Let me know what you think about these daily videos and if you find them helpful, or if you're like, okay, I'm kind of tired of hearing of her. Anyway, before I go, I want to tell you, go back to thriftdiving.com if you haven't already, enter your name and your email, and I will send you 5 freebies, emails, checklists, printables, all that good stuff to help you get started with DIY. And that's it. That's all I got for you today. It's dark. Bye.